I watched Tom Brady play against the Indianapolis Colts this past weekend in the preseason, in which Tom and Matt Ryan jousted for the first drive or first series or two. Yeah. Tom Brady took an 11-day hiatus in the middle of training camp. Unprecedented. Nobody had heard why or how this happened. He was slicing and dicing. He did not forget how to play football. He was making throws that were gorgeous. And from where we sit, I actually had Tom Brady's view on life for a little bit. He's a little bit taller, had a better helmet on. He wasn't able to see a fucking thing. The hands were up in his face. Our suite gives us a much better angle than normal. He's thrown to a spot everywhere. He's plucking dudes in the chest. Oh, yeah. He did not forget how to play football. He did not forget what the offense was. I don't know how the Bucs are going to be, because on this particular drive, I mean, he's hitting Cam Brate was a hell of a player, too. He's going to do well for them. He hit a couple guys in there, looked comfortable. I mean, he moved it right down the field if he wanted to. We'll dive into these later. But he was balling, okay? And it was nice to see that Tom's there. The Colts booed the fuck out of him. The fans booed the shit out of him before the first series. I mean, very loud. I thought maybe that was what woke him up. Like maybe that, oh yeah, I forgot. This shit ain't sweet. I'm back. But then he did his press conference afterwards. And I don't know if it was because of the Colts fans booing him that he was in a little bit of a... We've never seen Tom like this. This is what he said when he was asked about where he went or how he went during that 11-day trip in the middle of training camp.
It's all personal. You know, everyone's got different situations they're dealing with. So we all have really unique challenges to our life. And, you know, I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on, so you know, you just gotta try to figure out life the best you can, and you know, it's a continuous process. So.
Okay, so joining us now, a man who might have more information than just that. We all watch that and we're like, damn, Tom.
Yeah, okay.
Hope you're all right.
Yeah.
He played football pretty well.
Sure.
But it looks like he is in, now maybe it's because bottom of the mountain training camp, we're still trying to get to the top. Last year wasn't it. This year's it. Maybe he's super focused. Or maybe, I'm 45 years old. There's a lot of shit going on. What does that mean? Joining us now, senior NFL insider for the league and the network, host of the weekly wrap-up with Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport. Hey, Rap, great to see you. Obviously, we all saw that and immediately thought, oh, there's some shit going on in Tom's life. Have you learned anything more other than what we know? And he looked like he still got it, so I assume nobody out of Tampa is worried about a thing.
No, well, first of all, the football part of it, you know, I would say for everyone was kind of wondering, you know, you're right, unprecedented hiatus, one of the best players of all time, maybe the best player of all time, just being like, all right, I'll see you guys in 11 days, piecing out from training camp with no explanation. I think some people were probably on edge, and the fact that Todd Bowles was like, yeah, we think he'll be back, pretty sure, you know, more people were on edge. Brady is back. He is fine. Football-wise, he's still amazing, and I think... You know, look, it was training camp, so you can definitely not read a ton about that. But with Brady, I'd say you probably can. He's still awesome. They're going to be fine. I think every, you know, mid-40s person who's got kids and a wife and a family and other things besides work probably nodded a little bit when he said what he said. I do not know specifically if there was something wrong or if he was just saying that. My understanding was that it was family related, health-wise everything's fine, but family related, something he was planning to deal with for several months, dealt with, went where he went, and then came back. I didn't get the sense it was something troubling. His comments sort of lead you to that, but I didn't get that sense originally. But it is good to know that these people that we cover and talk about are human beings. And I appreciate Brady letting us know that he is, in fact, a human.
Hey, look at that, Ian. Look at you insiders acting like humans.
I mean, it is a good thing for us to know that Brady has a family and something else besides football that is, for those 11 days, was more important, and that is okay.
I think so, too. I think we're big fans of the fact that he was able to go do it. He kept a commitment we'd assume to his family that he made whenever he was retired for 40 days, whenever he came back. We assume there was a little bit of a conversation about said 11 days, wherever he was heading when he decided to come back. It's interesting if you start diving into it like everybody on the internet did. There was a point in time where I assume his family thought he was maybe going to have some ownership of the Miami Dolphins, you know, be an owner of the Dolphins, live in Miami, and instead we're back on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for another year, not ownership of anything going. Do you think there's any thought that was maybe a conversation in the family about what life is like now versus what we thought it was going to be?
Well, first of all, I know when he made the decision to unretire that everybody was on board. So,
Okay.
it's not like he said,
All right.
okay, I'm doing this, and his wife was like, well, screw this, I'm flipping the table. Like, that is not the sense I got. It sounded like they were on board knowing that that's what he wanted to do, that he felt he should be back in the field, that he was not done. I think everybody was on board with that. Is it easier for family life if he's around, hanging out around the house, maybe living in Miami? The part ownership of the Dolphins thing, I think that would have been possible in some scenarios, maybe not as, obviously, we know what happened with the Dolphins penalties and with the discussions. We've been over all that. I think that was possible, but maybe not the given everyone assumed.
Okay.
But yes, there was definitely the thought that, definitely the thought that he would be home and it would be a lot easier. And when he made the decision to not be, just judging, let's say, from my own family, those things can be tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like the fact that you told us there that everybody was on board. That's a nice piece of information. We're happy for the whole squad, if that's the case. Yeah, all good. Remember, though, we still got that
Thing.
Hey, we got that thing we signed up for. 11 days, middle of training camp. Fuck everybody.
Seems like it's a good trip.
It sounded like a great trip. Didn't seem to be pumped on the way back, though.
No, not at all.
In theory, it sounded like a much better trip probably than it ended up being.
Yeah.
Look good.
But the reason why I'm wondering is because if this is revenge body Tom Brady coming into this season, fucking look out. If he is on the rebound, bounce back, fully focused just on football, literally nothing else happened. It's a sanctuary getaway. Everything else is, we could start banking and betting on the Buccaneers immediately, no matter how questionable the offensive line is and everything like that, Ian.
Well, yeah, but I think they're going to be really good anyway. Yes,
Agreed.
revenge Tom Brady. I don't know what he's being revenged for. But
He didn't win
when
last
he's focused, he's awesome. When he's not that focused, he's still awesome.
Discount them.
They are a really, really good team. Just talking I know Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but look around their roster.
Yeah.
They lost a center. That's tough. They're a little banged up on the offensive line.
Little.
Everyone has injuries. They look, loaded all over the place. I think the defensive line's going to be really good. Secondaries are going to be really good. They're good regardless. So you look out no matter what.
Yeah, Sam Ellinger had a 54-yard scamper on his first play in the game, but I'm sure they'll be able to stop Aaron Rodgers and the boys are going to have to. We're happy. Tom Brady's happy if that's the case. If not, Tom, we appreciate you, bud.